Hey guys, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. I'm coming to you live from California. I'm at my best friend's house. She has been so kind to offer me this beautiful room to do my videos in. It's definitely a step up from my apartment in Jersey City. Things are not easy when you live in a city and you try and make a studio. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Elena. I'm a makeup artist from New York. And today's video is actually gonna be a really quick highlight and contour video. This is how I do a highlight and contour every day. I know that there's so many videos out there that sometimes highlighting and contouring can be really confusing and really overwhelming. I know that all of my clients always ask me, they're like, how do you highlight and contour? Where does the shading go? Where does the darker color go? And what I really want to show you is that it's actually really easy. You don't need to look like you have war paint on your face. I mean, a little bit, but not crazy. You don't need to use 20 different products. I'm using a few. It's going to be really easy. So if you guys want to find out how I got this very easy contoured face, keep on watching.
First thing that I'm going to be using is my Cogendo Brightening Primer. I'm just going to be using this underneath my eyes, around my nose, all the places that I really want to brighten up. This is a step that you actually don't even need to use, but I just like to be extra bright under my eyes.
My next step, I'm going to be doing foundation. I'm going to be using the Pacifica All Clean Foundation. I've been pretty crazy with foundation lately. I feel like I need to use clean brands as far as foundation. I've just been breaking out so much. So I'm pretty picky on what goes on my skin and what I'm gonna wear under a mask. My last video, I actually did a full Pacifica tutorial, so you guys should check that out. Okay, when you're thinking about highlighting and contouring, the most important thing to understand is that the highlight is actually gonna bring things out and the contour, the darker color, is gonna help things recede. So the things on my face that I want to make smaller, I definitely want to make my cheekbones look a little bit more, you know, like that. I want to go under here to give myself a more sculpted jawline. I like to slim out my nose, and that's where I'm going to start. Okay, so first I'm going to use this Milk Stick. This color is called Baked, and I'm going to use it with a flat brush. I'm just going to go right along the tip, and I'm going to start in here. And exactly where I'm putting the product on my brush, it's gonna apply it the most on my face. So don't be scared about getting harsh lines. We're gonna blend it out. And if you don't know where you need to apply the product, just really feel around your face. You can feel where your cheekbones are. You can feel where the soft, doughy part is. So you're gonna wanna just go in there. Do some of my forehead, going up here. I like using a flat brush like this because I can really place the product and then kind of spread it. In here. I also too like to get my neck just because I feel like it makes all of this look like a little bit slimmer. I remember when I first started out as a makeup artist and I would watch my makeup kind of transform. When I was really young, I would always put bronzer all over my face. I thought that just being tan was the only thing that mattered, and then I realized being light under here and sculpting out my cheeks, it makes the biggest difference. It's crazy. Okay, so that's how I start out with my highlight and contour. Next, I'm gonna do my nose. And I really don't want this tutorial to look like how every other highlight and contour video looks with, you know, using brown and white all over your face. This is really easy. This is something you guys can do every day. It just makes me feel better, and I just feel like I look a little bit brighter, a little bit more awake. My makeup looks a little bit more put together. So I'm gonna use a little brush and just dip on the top of my milk. I'm gonna go right in here and just draw a straight line. I like to really go underneath my nose because I have a nose that kind of slopes down, so I like to kind of lift it up a little bit. A little bit more. You just flip the brush, so you're initially gonna go on the brush face down to get a lot of kind of a nice smooth line. And then you flip the brush and you just go right over it to kind of give it a nice soft edge. Because the thing is, a contour looks great in a photo, but in person, sometimes if someone's nose contour is really dramatic, you can really see it. All right, so we're gonna leave that for a minute. The other thing I love to do is I love to go around my lips. So I'm gonna use the same brush. This is also a great trick too if you don't wanna do a lip liner and you're just kind of doing a natural look. You can just do this and then do like a lip balm or lip gloss over it. Okay, I'm gonna start with my concealer now. So I'm gonna be using the Clea De Peau concealer. This color is Almond. I'm just gonna go right next to where that nose contour was. I'm just gonna give myself a nice, skinny little nose. A little bit down the center. And then I'm gonna start bringing it in here and out. Because again, think about how you want your face to look. I really want my eyes, I want this all to give me like a nice almondy eye. I want this all to be really pronounced, this like beautiful highlight under my eyes. Sides, I always go in here because I get a little bit dark around my mouth, and then a drop up here. Then I'm gonna take a little brush. This brush is my favorite brush. This one's by Morphe. It's the M436. MAC also makes one that looks like this as well. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of do little circles and bring this out underneath the eye. I'm gonna do the nose part last because it's a little bit more tedious. Around the sides, and you're just blending it in, that's it. There's no big trick to this part. Going right down the nose just a little bit. And I'm gonna take my finger, press, and then I'm gonna take my finger again and press in the sides. And then I'm gonna take my brush really, really lightly. Okay, now with my beauty blender, I'm gonna go right on top of that contour and just kind of soften everything out. And because I didn't make stripes down my face, I don't have to worry about blending so much. So this also saves so much time, especially if you wanna highlight and contour. I know now like everybody has Zoom meetings. You wanna look good, but you don't wanna look too made up. This is your go-to move. You can already see how more sculpted and defined my face looks. So for bronzer, I'm gonna be using this Pixi by Petra. This is also a clean beauty brand. This is the Summer Glow palette in Sheer Sunshine. I think the color that I'm gonna use is called Suntan. It's like this like red brown on the bottom. And I'm gonna start with a fan brush and I'm gonna go right on top of where I had initially put that contour stick. Because I had initially deposited a lot more product of the cream contour stick right in my cheekbone, that's gonna stay. This is just gonna slowly start to build a really natural, beautiful contour. And the reason that I like using a fan brush is because the product gets placed on the tip and then it slowly kind of falls down. So you get this really nice fade. So the product deposits right where you want it to go in the cheeks and then it fades down. This should be your starting off point, and then anywhere that you want to slim down and anywhere that you want to make pronounced, light, dark. Okay, what I really love doing is grabbing a puffy brush. I'm gonna dip right in that suntan again, and I'm just gonna follow that line really, really light on my nose, just to give it a little extra kind of contour, and I like to bring it where my shadow is. And I just did like a really everyday kind of soft shadow. This is what I would wear every day if I was running out or going to work. Super natural, really pretty. For my nose highlight, I'm just gonna grab the color in the center, just with my finger. I'm gonna do a drop on the tip of my nose, drop in here. And what this is gonna do is kind of cheat that fake kind of nose job. So it's really gonna bring the attention here and pull this out, and the rest of the nose kind of comes down. I'm even gonna do a little on top of my lip. With that same fan brush, I'm gonna grab this pink color up on top. This is Sun Swept. That's exactly what I wanna do. I just wanna sun sweep my cheeks. And I like to put the blush just right on the apples of the cheeks. So when you're doing this at home, what you really wanna focus on, dark here, color here on your cheeks, and then light all in here. I'm gonna do a little bit down my nose. For powder, I'm gonna use my favorite powder ever. I used this in my last video. This is the Pacifica Cherry Velvet Matte Translucent Setting Powder. This powder is so good. It really, it's actually like, it looks like it's white, which I really don't like white translucent powders. I feel like they make my skin look really pale. But this one's actually great. It just like melts right into the skin. So what I'm gonna do is go right up again where that nose contour was. I messed up a little bit. Under my eyes. These are the places that I just don't want to move. And I promise this powder will not make you look dry. It won't cake you up. That's my other thing with powders. I hate when my skin looks dry. I already have dry skin, so I feel like sometimes if I use too much powder, I end up looking really cakey. And you don't really have to bake this. You can kind of just press it in. Oh, I look so much better already. I hate when I have to wear eyeshadow with no face makeup. Okay, and because I can't do anything without finishing it off with a lip, I'm gonna be using my Maybelline, why can't I speak today? My Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner. This color is 115 totally. And because I already kind of did that nice little shading with the contour, it makes your eyeliner, it makes your lip liner easier to put on. My lipstick is the KKW in Nude. All right, guys, I'm all done. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like what you see, don't forget to give a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.